Well, I always say to my clients, to small business owners, that the two most important assets that you have as small business owners are your time and your money. And on both of those, the thing about them is once you use them, they're gone and they're not coming back. So it's really, really important that you use those things as wisely as you can. And so I always encourage people. One of the really great things about South Carolina and about other states as well, but particularly for South Carolina, is this entrepreneurial ecosystem that we have here and all of the different resources that are available. There's, of course, us, and I highly recommend that you find your local SBDC office and get connected with us. But there's other organizations and support groups that we can refer you to as well. So I would encourage you to take advantage of that. Take advantage of as many things that are no cost as you possibly can, because that'll be a great benefit to your business. And what's really important, because it is, when you get started, typically when you're getting started in business, you have an idea, right? You have something that you want to do. It's a passion that you have. It's something that you're good at. It's something you've discovered, and you want to take it to the marketplace. You want to share it with others. But the thing about that is, no matter what type of business you're in, whether you're in real estate, whether you're a restaurant, whether you are a medical practice, whatever you are, you get into those businesses because you're good at it and you have a passion for those things. But there's all these other things that come along with being a business owner that you have to do. And there's a process that you have to go through and steps that you have to go through to really be able to do it successfully. And that's where we can really help, is to help you sort of sit down and prioritize those things and say, okay, what are the things that I need to do, and what's the order of things that we need to do this in? I have businesses that come to me all the time that say, I found a perfect location, I signed a lease, I don't know what to do now. Well, let's take about 3 steps back, because what we can help you do then is help you put the business plan together for how the business is going to work, which is crucial for you to understand what all the different aspects of the business are. And the other thing that helps you do is it helps you to understand how much financing you actually need to do this business. And then once you figure that out, and we can help you figure that out, then we can help you find some of those financial resources that are crucial, that are going to be crucial for you to be able to move forward and do this successfully. Because the other thing that happens a lot of times is that businesses will start without having enough capital to really grow and be successful. And so they run out of money really early in the process, and then it's very difficult for them to take the next step. So we can help them figure out how much capital they need, what are some resources that they can get it, and how to move forward from there. Well, then the next thing is, because, and people get mad at me when I say this, but I think it's really true, is that, if you don't have customers, you're not really in business. You can have, you can have a business license, you can have a fancy building, you can have all these things, but if you don't have customers that are actually, buying your goods or services, you don't actually have a business yet. And so it's crucial for you to figure out, number one, who is my customer? Who are my ideal customers? What do they look like? Where can I find them? What characteristics do they have? And then how do I put together a plan to actually go where they are and actually be able to find them? And that's something else that we can help you do. And not to get sidetracked on this, but another place where I see businesses get things awfully twisted, especially early on, is on the marketing side, because you throw all this money into doing different marketing things, but you don't actually take the time to stop and assess and say, are these actually working? Am I actually hitting my target market? Do I even know who my target market is? And are these channels actually working? Everybody says, well, I'm going to do social media marketing because it's free. Well, that's great, but you still have to do some drilling down and do some work to figure out who your primary customers are, and then where you find them and how you find them. And we can help you do that. And then you got to make sure that you're organizationally set up properly. We see a lot of people that have issues. Do you have some kind of corporate structure? Do you have the right business license and permits and different things like that? Do you have the right insurance policies to really be able to protect yourself? Is your intellectual property protected? I'm looking at that great logo that you've developed, that you've got behind you. Now, things like that. Every business has some kind of intellectual property like that that you need to make sure that you protect it. We can help you do that. Do you have things like policies and procedures for cybersecurity and HR and different things like that? We can help you make sure that you have those in mind. Those are all steps that you have to go through. And the thing about it is, when you if you forget any of them, it's going to really harm your business. If you try to think about it all at once, it's going to be overwhelming. But we can sit down with you and we can help you walk through the process and make sure that you know how to get all those things.